It's Oh Behave with Arden Moore, the show that teaches you how to have harmony in the household with your pets. Join Arden as she travels coast to coast to help millions better understand why cats and dogs do what they do. Get the latest scoop on famous faces, their perfectly pampered pets, and who's walking who in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails. Garner great pet tips and have a doggone fur-flying fun time. So get ready for the pause and applause as we unleash your Oh Behave host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome to the Oh Behave show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Our guest today has a possum job. I'm talking since 1995. She's made a living writing short sentences and having a flair for doodling. That sounds really easy, right? Not so. Being a syndicated comic strip creator, it requires a lot of talents and probably a large pot of coffee in the morning. I want you all to give pause and applause to our very, very special guest, the genius behind the syndicated comic strip, Rhymes with Orange, the one and only Hilary Price. Welcome to the show, Hilary.
Thank you, Arden. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, well, we'll see how happy you'll be at the end of the show, but we'll try, right?
All right.
Hey,
try me.
Hilary.
Try me.
Okay, you're on. Hilary has a lot of claims to fame. She's the youngest woman ever to have a syndicated comic strip. She did it while she was in diapers, probably, right?
I don't think at 25 I was in diapers.
Oh, okay. Well, that's another. Well, when you get older, you could be a depends.
Yeah, I'm headed there. I'm certainly headed there.
Okay. And you've also quite a formidable foe in the sport of ice hockey, which I would respect. You want to be on your team. But seriously, her award-winning comic strip, Rhymes with Orange, it appears in about 175 newspapers. It's been on the pages of Parade Magazine, People, and my personal favorite, Glamour. But we're going to find out exactly what does rhyme with orange and Hilary's life with a dog named Rocky and a hoodlum cat named Seltzer right after we pay for the show by taking a commercial break. All right, everybody, you know the rules. Sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a pause. 4 furry ones, actually. Sit and stay. Oh Behave will be right back.
It's DesignerPetSweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit DesignerPetSweaters.com to order your 4-legged fashions today. Your pets will stay warm for the winter and be runway ready. Large or small, we fit them all. DesignerPetSweaters.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Oh Behave is back with more tail-wagging ways to achieve harmony in the household with your pets. Now, back to your fetching host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Our special guest is cartoonist Hilary Price. That's Hilary with one L. She's the creator of the very popular comic strip, Rhymes with Orange. And Hilary, you've been at this since 1995. That's quite a nice streak.
Thanks. A deadline will do that to you.
Yeah, I think so too. But you know, your comic strip, it seems to cover the gamut. You got cats, dogs, office life, being Jewish, and knitting. That's
yes. Yes.
Does that tell us a little bit about you?
I'd say that about covers it. I feel like my subject matter is the everyday, and so as new things come up in the world, I'm never going to be out of material because the world is an ever-changing and sometimes funny or ironic place.
Well, it is. The world is wacky and wonderful, and all those fun. I can't do any more W's. I was trying to be illiterate, but I failed.
You were trying to be illiterate or alliterative?
You know, probably both. Well, the one
Right.
thing I can say with a fact and say proudly for you is I give you lots of kudos because you've won not once but twice the very coveted best newspaper panel by the National Cartoonist Society. So what do you get for that award? Do you get like a new house or a limousine ride for a year? What?
I get a very heavy plaque. That's what I get.
But that is pretty cool, right?
Yes, and that when you hold it, some of the silvery dust gets on your fingers.
Oh, nice.
That's what I get. But I'm very happy with them. I'm
All
very,
right.
very happy with them both.
We're speaking to you from your home studio, which is a town outside of Boston, a couple hours, correct?
Yes, I'm in Western Massachusetts in Northampton.
Nice.
And I have a home studio, and then which is just a room in my house, but I also have a studio about a mile away that my dog and I often ride my bike to. He's not riding, but
So you
I have him
why
on
do
the
you
leash.
have okay. Why do you have two studios? They're
Oh, just
different
whichever's
clients?
cleaner is what I go to. I mean, my home studio is my home office. It's got a laptop and a drawing table. And then my studio has all of my strips and all the stuff that you have at a business. Kind of if I feel like working in my pajamas or if I feel like going to the office.
Okay. Yeah, because I think riding your bike with Rocky, with your PJs, probably, maybe the locals kind of know you pretty well now. There goes Hilary again. Off her office.
Well, I say hi to the same shopkeepers as I go every time. And Rocky's a sport about being on a leash, and I have this cruiser bike that there's a secret to riding a bike with a dog, and that's having brake pedals versus hand pedals.
Okay.
Because
So,
all your weight is in your butt versus,
Right.
and that prevents you, should a squirrel come,
oh,
from going right over your handlebars.
right. I like that strategy. I never realized that. Now, you're Rocky. Let's describe Rocky, because Rocky is no little tiny itty-bitty dog.
No, he is 90 pounds. He's a half Bernese Mountain Dog, half short-coated collie mix, and he is a flunky out of a training school for service dogs who do training for deaf and disabled people.
Aw.
They-
Well, he gave it a try, right?
He gave it a try, and when they handed him over to me, they said, he's a lover, not a worker.
Aw. Now, where did you get him from? It was from a service agency?
Yeah, needs.org. They are out of Worcester, Massachusetts, and not only do they train dogs for deaf and disabled people, they also train dogs for veterans.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Now, what about your cat? Why do you call your cat, describe Seltzer as a hoodlum cat?
Oh, okay. So imagine this very white, fluffy cat with a pink nose and pink ears who is the fiercest hunter, who likes to roll in dirt, who brings lots of animals into the house. I kind of see it, when I see him, I think of the Johnny Cash song, A Boy Named Sue.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he doesn't present physically the kind of rough and tumble guy that he is. And sometimes when I'm walking Rocky around the block before bed, Seltzer will stalk us, and he'll go from tree to tree.
You can't see me.
So
How does
once
Rocky
put a-
get along with Seltzer?
Oh, he's like, okay, Seltzer, whatever you say, whatever is fine, whatever you want.
And how
So-
old are they now?
Okay, 2004. So they're both going to be 8 this year.
All right. Well, they hit the senior mark.
Oh, don't
Sorry.
say that.
You know what? Look at Betty White. If she had 4 legs, she'd be like, I don't know, in dog years, she'd probably be 20.
It's true. I had my dog before Rocky, which was my first dog that I had as an adult. I adopted at 10 years old. I
Oh,
wasn't
wow.
10, the dog was 10. So I had her from 10 to 15. So I like a good senior. I like a Betty White.
I just can't believe a collie got hooked up with a Bernese Mountain Dog. I've never heard that
You know,
comment. I don't know
I
if
think-
Rocky wants to talk about his parents or anything, but, seriously?
Let's think about it. It's a perfect combination because you have the mellowness of the Bernese and you have the intelligence and keen wit of a collie.
Well,
And then you get a dog who didn't pass service training. I say he attended service dog school. I never tell him he didn't graduate.
okay, maybe he was the guy handing out, the hors d'oeuvres, the doggy treats or something. He just didn't really want to tell you he flunked out or anything.
Right.
So with all this, you write your comic strips. You've got a couple of cool books. I want everybody to dash over to rhymeswithorange.com after the show. The first one is called Raining Cats and Dogs, a Rhymes with Orange tribute to those who shed. And your second book is, and I hope I don't spit into the microphone, Pithy, Seedy, Pulpy, Juicy, 11 Rhymes with Orange Books in One. So let's take it with the dogs and cats first, this book. It's really cute.
Thank you.
So tell us about what sparked you to do this book.
Well, I feel like my growing up, I was about to say I was one of 3 dogs. I was 3 kids and 3 dogs. There were always more dogs coming to the house. Always my parents and myself, we liked the rescue dogs. And so dogs have just been, there has been dog hair in for as long as I can remember as part of my life. So they really do inform my world. And then later on in life, I was introduced to cats, and I'm now nuts for them.
Why are you nuts for cats?
They're soft and fluffy. And with my cat, Seltzer, you're only allowed to pet him for 20-second increments. And then you might, incur his wrath. And so it's that kind of thing. It's like an addiction. It's like a slot machine or something like that. You get rewards some of the time, but you don't get it all the time, and it just keeps you glued. And so I'm in an unhealthy relationship with my cat, but I'm very devoted.
I'm laughing because I just came back from a trip to Lost Wages with my 3 siblings. We hadn't gotten together in 5 years.
Lost Wages.
Yeah, and I'm laughing because my otherwise very stoic auditor sister, Deb, Deb, you're listening to the show, you're going to get a shout out, was just fascinated with the penny slots, not just any penny slot, but the Wheel of Fortune. And she was dropping like $100 every day in it. And I'm like,
of pennies?
Penny slot. Yeah. You win this big jackpot and it'd say 720 whatever, and it was $7.20.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So I'm just laughing because I think there is a little bit of, in all of us, this need to do something we know is addictive, but it just beckons. And maybe that's what felines are. And I love the name Seltzer. I mean, seriously. I'm glad you didn't go with Snowball. I mean, the white cat. I give you a creative name.
Well, he came to me as some snow derivative. Okay. And what I was doing, a bunch of us were sitting around, is trying to come up with all of the words of white that meant white.
Okay.
All the synonyms for white. So imagine we landed on Seltzer, an S, which means we had started at the letter A.
Oh, my gosh. You were running out of time in letters.
I know, running out of time in letters. But then Seltzer came along, and I happen to love fizzy water, and it's got that kind of white, fizzy, bubbly thing, and that's kind of
Well, it's better than getting to the T's and being talc powder.
That's right. He could have been talcum.
Yeah, see? So I'm so glad. Seltzer, big paws up to you, honey. I'm so glad you stopped at Seltzer. You got a cool name for the cat world. Now, you get into the minds of dogs and cats quite well with your illustrations. I mean, let's talk about one of the comics I really like in Rhymes with Orange. You have the bed spread mapped out from the cat's perspective. Share us a little bit about that.
So it's, right, you're looking at a quilt and you see, this is the heaving spot, this is the yoga position spot, this is, I can't even remember, I don't have it in front of me.
You have the meditation area.
Oh, right. The napping area.
Yeah, I'm never going to look at my bedspread the same way. I have 2 cats and 2 dogs. I call them my furry Fab 4. And I'm never going to look at my bed the same way now, thanks to Rhymes with Orange creator Hilary Price. It's a good thing.
Do you ever wake up to the sound of your cat barfing?
She only tries to do that, like not in the morning. She likes to do it when you're in the deep REM, probably about 3 a.m. And I have a little bit of carpet in my bedroom, and then I have the tile in the bathroom. I would be like one of your ice hockey stars. For some reason, I can zip. I hear that, and I can zip up, and I think I don't touch the carpet, carry her to the tile, and let her do her deed. I have the quickest hairball reactions, I think, on the planet. But you probably have yours on your spread.
It's either on the spread or on the floor. It's just that you wake up and you realize it's too late. So, but are you too tired to just go back to bed? Or should you get up, change the comforter? No.
What a mind debate you must have.
I usually go back to bed, I have to say.
Well, on that note, everybody stick around because cartoonist Hilary Price is going to be giving one of you lucky listeners an autographed print, either from one of her dog comic strips or cat. And hey, Don Pardo, how can they win one of your autographed prints?
Well, you're going to decide how they're going to win it, but I can tell them how to choose it. Is that what you want?
Yeah, that'd be good. I'll do the second part. Okay, go for it.
So if you go to rhymeswithorange.com and you click on the Cafe Press button in the store, you'll see that there are lots of different categories. Dogs is one and cats is the other, or is another. And you can scroll down and see all the different ones that I have up there. They're various fan favorites. And decide which one you like. And then you will let Arden know, and then Arden will let me know, and then I'll send you a signed print.
Awesome. And listeners, we're going to do this and let you know more about this too, also in the Arden Moore Knows Pets and the Pet Life Radio e-newsletter. So I think what we'll do is we'll give it to maybe, let's see, you've been doing this cartoon since 1995, and it's 2012. Quickly do the math. You're doing this 17 years?
I'm 16 right now.
Okay, 16. Okay. So the 16th person to email me with Rhymes with Orange will get it. How's that? So we do it for each year of you doing it.
That sounds great, Arden.
And that way I can keep it straight in my head. So that will be my clue. Now, speaking about being straight in the head, I do need to take a commercial break right now. You're listening to the Oh Behave Show, and our special guest is Hilary Price. So everybody just sit and stay. We're going to be right back.
Time for a walk on the red carpet, of course. Oh Behave will be back in a flash right after these messages.
Looking for the best advice on pet health, safety, and travel? Connect with the Pet Lady. Dana Humphrey, also known as the Pet Lady, will surely be in a city near you real soon. She will be spreading the good news for pets and pet lovers, from tips on dog and cat care, pet industry trends, and the best events for you and your four-legged family members. Need a great gift idea or insights on the hottest pet gadgets? Simply follow the Pet Lady on Twitter at Pet Lady World. You can also learn more at The Pet Lady at thepetlady.net.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, this is Jen Davis, the creator of Garfield, urging you to listen to the Oh Behave Show with Arden Moore on Pet Life Radio.
Oh, yeah? We'll see about that.
We're back from the lot. Just checked the paper and we had a record showing at the box. The letterbox, that is. Now back to Oh Behave. Here's Arden.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. We're having a good chat with cartoonist, award-winning cartoonist. We're speaking with Hilary Price. She does Rhymes with Orange, the cartoon comic strip that appears in a zillion newspapers all over the country. And you can dash over to rhymeswithorange.com and get your daily laugh. Seriously, we don't laugh enough in this world. Now, I got to say, I do not knit, Hilary, but you even have a knitting section, and my favorite cartoon so far in that regard. Please describe for the very, very knitting addictive woman who's sitting at a restaurant with her husband.
So she's sitting at a restaurant with her husband, and she's using the forks, and she's knitting the spaghetti, and she's saying to her husband, "A knitting problem? Who's got a knitting problem?"
I love that. I mean, how did you come up with that one? That was a good one. I mean,
I don't know. Spaghetti just kind of is a funny thing, and now get this, I'm not a knitter myself, but I love knitters, and
okay.
I have this, I think knitters and librarians are the two smartest groups of people in the world. That's just my take, my little theory.
Well, you did go to Stanford, so that's not a shabby school.
Thank you.
See, I'm paying attention. Okay.
I can tell you how I came up with another knitting strip.
Okay, go for it.
Because I remember really clearly. One of the ways that I get ideas is that when I'm stuck, when things aren't coming to me, is that on the left-hand side of the page, I'll write down a person, an animal, or a profession, and I'll just write 10 down. Okay. And then on the other side of the page, without looking at the first side of the page, I will write down a profession or a prop, or a place or a prop, like at a dentist's office, or with a hammer, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then I look at these two disparate lists, and I try to decide well, why, for example, for this one, why would a snake have knitting needles? And so then I try to justify it in my mind. And so that brought the cartoon that you have a snake, and he's reading a book, and the book is Anyone Can Knit. And the caption in the corner says, Leonard was hopeful.
That's good. That's great. Well, if a snake can do it, I guess I can try knitting, but I'm like a snake when it comes to knitting. That's good. But one of your more famous ones, I see it everywhere, is the dreaded cone for dogs.
Oh, sure. That got turned into a greeting card.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, poor Rocky and all the other dogs. There are so many new generations of, I don't know what they call them, e-collars or whatever, that they don't have to be in this plastic, rigid cone. So tell us about the cartoon that I think people have seen, and now they're on T-shirts. I hope you're getting paid royally for this.
Well, thank you. I hope so too. But it is two dogs walking along, and one of them has a cone in its head, and he's in front, and then his buddy dog is behind him, walking behind him. And the dog with the cone says, I hate these cones. Could there be anything more humiliating? And then the second panel, you see him walking along, and he's about to get to a curb. And then in the third panel, he's fallen off the curb, and his cone is on the ground, and he's vertically up in the air.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing. I feel sorry. Oh. No dogs were harmed in the making of that cartoon.
No dogs were harmed.
Okay, that's good. But, if you really do pay attention to our dogs and cats, I think they're born comedians, and they do give us a slice of life if you just pay attention. And it sounds like you do that quite well with Seltzer, Rocky, and you also give a little back to some shelters and animal groups. I wanted to see if you wanted to do a shout-out to, let me see, what is it? The
Dakin Animals.
Dakin Pioneer Valley Humane Society Shelter.
Mm-hmm.
That's really easy to say. It rolls right off the tongue.
Right.
Tell us about the shelter. Let's do a little shout out to them.
They do a lot of great work in our community. What I had done for them was that I illustrated their annual report, and they do a lot of community outreach. I think in my community, luckily, there are a lot of people that go there because they have a great reputation and they know that they're going to get a wonderful, loving animal from there.
Is that where you got Seltzer?
I got Seltzer's shelter was swallowed up by the Dakin Animal Shelter.
Okay.
So, and I remember going to the shelter, and I asked the person there, I wanted the biggest love sponge possible. And so they gave me this huge, fluffy white cat. And as we talked about before, it turns out that at the time, he's not the biggest love sponge. I wouldn't trade him for the world. He just had a sinus infection, and so he'd let anyone pick him up.
That's so funny. He's probably going, damn it, but she's okay. Give her 20 seconds. It's all right.
Yeah, right.
And my pupils dilate.
For him.
And now I have a cat named Murphy and a cat named Ziki. Ziki's a Turkish van mix, so I can go, oh, Ziki, you're so fine, you're so fine. But anyway, Ziki or Murphy or both, I have this like L-shaped desk with my big computer in my home office, and they just creep up onto the desk, and they position themselves. I'm left-handed, so they're right by my left hand, so I can't use my pen. And they look at me, and then they start purring. Now, you had a comic strip where there was a cat on the desk, and the gal was trying to move it. So tell us about that one.
The cat's on the desk, and the woman removes the cat, and the second that the cat is dropped, it reappears on the desk.
I think they are. That's true. It's true.
Seltzer was on my desk today, right before you called, and I was watercoloring something. And Seltzer sat, so his tail just rested on all the watercolors.
Perfect. I think they go to cat school for that. It's human irritation 101.
I know, but you can't move him, and then when you want to move him, he looks at you like, I have been here for the last year. This is my spot. It's always been my spot.
I wrote the cat behavior answer book, and I can tell you this, that cats are the original timesharers. They, unlike dogs who are into hierarchy and, okay, you're the boss, okay, I'm number third, banana, that's fine, I just need to know. They go where you go. Cats are all about, okay, cat number one, I'm going to take over over and irritate our two-legged custodian for the morning, and then you take over in the afternoon. So like at my cats, I have a cat tree and a little cat bed in my office. Ziggy will take the cat tree in the morning, and Murphy takes it in the afternoon. They switch off, and there's never a at all. They're just like, okay, oh, here's a little kitty watch. It's your turn. Shifts over. So
I got a question for you then.
Okay.
Because you're a cat behaviorist. Why would you walk in and have Seltzer walk up and just decide to taste your calf with his teeth? For no reason.
Well, no, there's always, with the cat.
Well, for no reason. I know, that's why I'm asking you.
Okay, so you just came in. Had you been gone a long time?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's pissed off cat number one. Got your attention, didn't he?
Certainly he did, yep.
Did he draw blood?
No.
Okay. Cats have funky ways of showing that they are glad that you're finally home, and that's not always friendly. But
really? Okay.
They make an impact, right? So Seltzer didn't draw blood, but gave you a little nibble to let you know, I'm glad you're back. Cats also greet you in less painful ways. They will, if you look at Seltzer and do a soft wink with both eyes, don't be winking like a, weirdo, like one eye and the other. Don't raise your eyebrows. Don't show all your talents. But if you just look at Seltzer into his eyes and do a soft close of both of your eyes and back, that's a cat hello. If you put your forehead down when he's close to you and let him butt your head, that's another cat hello. And if he comes up to you and the tail is up high and it's kind of lazy, but the very top third of it is like twitching, he is telling you, Hilary, you rock my world.
Really? That's what he's saying?
Yeah. The barometer of the mood is in the tail.
Wow.
Seltzer, if you're listening, don't be nipping her anymore. Give her that little tail twitch thing. She'll write about you. I promise she'll draw it in the next comic strip.
Oh, good.
I hope he's listening on the other line. I'm sure he is. He's a cat.
He's in the white van down the street.
Doing surveillance or what?
Oh, yeah. Do you know I was at a party once, and my neighbor, a woman goes, and I meet her, and then her partner comes up, and I hear them going like, shh, no, don't tell her. I'm going to tell her. Don't tell her. Turns out that Seltzer went and was just napping in their car.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
That's
nice. I think he's slowly taking over the neighborhood and just marking off. He's got some map with pins on it somewhere.
Yeah, but, is he trying to see which car is the better? Is your car better than the one that he was napping in?
I keep my windows closed.
Okay. I actually have an acronym I created for dogs and cats. I say that dogs put the D in drool, the O in obey, the G in goofy, and the S in seconds, please. But cats put the C in candid, the A in attitude, the T in tenacious, and the S in so what? So as long as you make that distinction, Hilary, I think, you're going to have harmony in your house. All right? So really, Rocky thinks you were the coolest thing on the planet, and Seltzer's like, she's not so bad. She could be a good roommate. We can hang together,
Yeah.
So, you ever hear people say that, they never say, my dog really loves me. They say, I really love my dog. And then they say, and I think my cat loves me too. So that's kind of the way they are. But I love having cats and dogs. 2 and 2, Noah's Ark. I'm good. I don't need any more. And they get along really, really well. And it sounds like Rocky and Seltzer are a pretty good tandem.
I think they serve they each have their job, and one of the strips on the site that people can see is you have this kind of big hand coming from the clouds, and it's talking to a dog and a cat, and it's saying to the dog, your job is to have them stop their busy work and go outside, and then to the cat, your job is for them to stop their busy work and just rest inside.
That's perfect. I think that's perfect. That's well stated. We're speaking with Hilary Price. She is the genius behind the comic strip you know it best as Rhymes with Orange, which, of course, go ahead, spill the beans. What rhymes with orange, Hilary?
Nothing.
That's clever. That's really clever. I like that. That's why I like your comic strip. Or I guess we call it comic strip, cartoon. What do we do? What's the politically PC? If I'm with a bunch of you guys and you're doodling on, cocktail napkins at a restaurant, I'm with all you cartoonists. Am I calling you artist?
We're just desperate for attention. You can call us anything you want.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Well, we're very glad that you could be a guest on our show. And once again, folks, because you're listening, this lady is pretty awesome, as I said in the beginning. And I mean that sincerely. You got to dash over to rhymeswithorange.com and be the lucky 16th person to email me, Arden at fourleggedlife.com, with the special code words. What are we doing? Hilary, what's our code words?
What?
Rhymes with orange. That's our code word.
Oh, okay. That's our code word, rhymes with orange. Oh, I'm not a very good wingman, am I?
Oh, man. You're going to not have to be in the CIA. Sorry. You're out. You're out. Stick with the comic strips. But if you, listeners, be the 16th person to email Arden at Four-Legged Life with rhymes with orange, Hilary is going to have you go to her site, go on to Cafe Press. If you love dogs, go to that one. Go to cats. Pick the favorite cartoon panel that you like on that site, and she's going to autograph it and send it to you. That's better than a book. And I know you got two great books, Raining Cats and Dogs and Pithy, Seedy, Pulpy, Juicy. So I want everybody to look at those books too. And the last thing is, hey, we got to do a plug for you because you actually you go and give talks, and I love one of your topics. No Snoopy, no Lucy, no Linus. How to draw a joke-a-day strip. I think that, you go all over the place doing talks, don't you?
Yes, I do. Okay. It's great fun. I really like getting out of the studio and talking to people.
All right. So before we leave you, what's something that Rocky and dogs have taught you, and what's something that cats like Seltzer have taught you that have made you a better person?
Let's see. I think that Rocky has shown me the outdoors. I go outside in every different kind of weather because of Rocky. And where if I didn't have Rocky, I'd be, it's too cold, wet, hot, sunny, or something like that to go outside. That's just not an option. So I really have Rocky to thank for having me walk lots of miles in beautiful places in any kind of weather.
Nice. That's very well put. Okay. And what about Seltzer?
Seltzer has taught me patience. Because Seltzer wants affection on his own terms, I can't just tackle him the way I can Rocky. Mm-hmm. I have to show restraint and bide my time. And I think that that's one of the lessons that works well in human interaction as well. You can't just blurt everything out all at once. You've got to pick and choose your moments and appreciate your moments, fleeting in 20-second increments, really.
Well put, well put. I really am delighted that you got to be a guest on our show. I hope it wasn't so painful for you. Hope you survived.
Ask me back anytime.
Awesome. That sounds great. We're delighted that our special guest has been Hilary Price. She is the award-winning cartoonist, the comic strip, Rhymes with Orange, and that's her website, too. So all of you folks, raise your paws. You're going to go to rhymeswithorange.com after this broadcast, and then look for our giveaway opportunity in the Arden Moore Knows Pets e-newsletter, and we'll talk about that also in the Pet Life Radio newsletter. So you can get your hands on an autograph panel featuring one of the favorite cat or dog comic strips that Hilary has on her Cafe Press portion of the Rhymes with Orange site. I think I did it all correctly, right? Okay,
you did a great job, yes.
Phew, I hope I don't have to repeat that. I had it written all over my hands, and now I got to wash my hands because I got ink all over them, but, that's another story. But I definitely would love to have you back. Keep us posted on some of the new adventures you're doing, and you are doing a lot to better the lives of dogs and cats, and got to give special treats to Rocky and Seltzer from my crew, Chipper, Cleo, Murphy, and Ziki. We are family. I got all my critters with me, so that's our wrap.
Very good, very good.
All right, so I also want to do a shout out to our producer, Mark Winter. He makes the show happen each and every week, and he's the genius behind the entire Pet Life Radio network, which has about 6 million people tuned in. So tell your friends, let's go to 12 million. That would be nice. So until next time, this is your flea-free host, Arden Moore, delivering just 2 words to all you 2, 3, and 4-leggers out there. Oh, behave.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do, and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. Oh Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand. This is the place for a special paparazzi treat. Only on PetLifeRadio.com.